Yo, what's going on, everyone? What up? It's your girl, Audie, getting at you guys with another Audie's Art Struggles podcast episode. Today is October 11th, 2024. 11:30 in the morning. And I meant to record this last night, but I was just extremely tired. Oh my gosh. But putting yesterday aside, so we are back in my studio and still unknowing where to start. It's getting ridiculous at this point. Sometimes I feel like I have direction, and then it's like I get tired, and then it's like gone. Like, it's like, what the hell did I just say? What the hell did I just plan? What did I say I was gonna do? So it's like that a lot for me. But let's just get into this, shall we? So I still have yet to put the hardware on my paintings. It's quite wild because that should really only take like half an hour, right, for 2 or 3 paintings. So my parents, they were on their way back to the reservation, and then they ended up coming back. They're here, but they're out running their errands and things, and my dad said that he was going to help me do the hardware, but they're not here right now, so that's going to have to wait. But what I could be doing right now is spray varnishing the paintings before putting the hardware on there. So I could be doing that, or it's like, do I start planning another art exhibition? That's right. Yesterday in the evening time, I went to McDonald's and I chilled out over there. I did a little bit of watercoloring in my sketchbook, and absolutely nothing came of it. I just watercolored some boxes in different colors, and I'm just writing basically I did like a planner spread, but using watercolors for the task boxes. I did like a landscape rectangular box, and I put inside what I was going to talk about in today's episode, so it was kind of like a little planner spread on one teeny tiny page with little check boxes on there. And I'm in this art block, it fucking sucks, dude. But anyway, while I was there just kind of watercoloring boxes in my sketchbook, I was like, you know what, let me search some exhibitions. So that's what I did. I was thinking about doing this one. I'm not gonna drop names because I'm choosing not to be involved in those ones, but there was one that was like you have to create or paint something that has to do with the Grand Canyon, or it has to be like inspired by the Grand Canyon. It could be like it could be like a photograph. It could be like a painting. It could be just it just has to represent or look like the Grand Canyon. I'm not a landscape artist. Obviously I haven't been to the Grand Canyon in years, for me to take photographs and things like that. So the exhibition is just revolved around that, and that's not really it didn't really pique my interest, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that one. And then I came across like a couple of them, and I'm still kind of like wondering if I should. And let's just say that the deadline is further on down the line, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna focus on ones that I could, the deadline's a lot more sooner. And then I really have to ask myself why I put tasks that just really stress me out. Like, why go after or why choose exhibitions that you have to have something submitted in like 5, 4, 3 days? And I'm saying this because there's one. It's called the Square exhibit. It's in Phoenix, and I'm thinking about submitting, but I don't have any Square canvases on hand. And what's so crazy is that yesterday I was at Michael's, and they had like it was like buy one get one free. And I ran into that deal before I even discovered this exhibition. So I'm just kind of beating myself in the head like, man, you should have just got it. I was looking at Square canvases too. But anyhow, missed out on that opportunity. So I'm just kind of looking around as to what other places have, like, the Square canvases at a really good price. Still looking. Rob gave me he sent me some links, and we were trying to figure out, like, what was the difference other than the price. Everything was like the same size, and I kind of broke it down a little bit, but I'm still not quite sure. But canvases that are a lot less, they're made with like lighter softwood, light wood, and they have like the brackets that go like in the middle of the canvas and across the canvas in the back. So the higher grade canvases, they don't have the bars, like the frame like straight down the middle and across, and I think hardwood is used for the level, or like the higher level grade of canvases. It's more like put together like by two frames. I don't think I'm making sense, but if you're an artist, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's same size, large scale sizes, but it's just the hardwood and the softwood. How many times the canvas has been primed, or is it even primed at all? So we're just kind of looking at like pricing and things, and I'm kind of disappointed too, because if you guys didn't know, I don't think I mentioned it here on the Art Struggles, but I got a job at a Amazon location. I worked, I want to say 5 days in total, in a span of 2 weeks. And I'm supposed to get paid today, and all of a sudden they don't have my direct deposit information. So I was like, okay, that kind of delays my pay for today, so hopefully I'll get paid tomorrow. But yeah, it's or else it's just gonna go into the next week, and that's just, I kind of need the funds now. So we'll see what happens. But because of that, I'm not gonna be able to purchase any Square canvases unless I just don't apply to this one and just look up other exhibitions. And yeah, like I just never yeah, like I don't know, for some reason, like I just it's the tasks that I'm kind of like stressing about. And it's like, you're kind of stressing yourself out. Like, you're doing this to yourself. So I'm just trying to get like over that, like, like quit putting things on yourself that you're just obviously not ready for. I wish I was one of those artists that just had canvases on hand. Well, you know what, I have like maybe 6 canvases, but they're not square. Like I was telling Rob, I was like, yo, I still have those 3 large canvases that I bought in California. They're still sitting here, and I bought those last year in December, like November, December. Still haven't used them. And I think I'm getting precious with the space, and it's like I just don't want to fuck it. Like, I have never done a painting that I was not happy with, that I just was like, you know what, this painting hasn't sold, or this, like I'm not getting, people looking at it. And so I'm just going to redo this whole canvas. Like, I've never done that before, and I don't want to do that. But, yeah, like I'm just afraid to like do something on these large canvases and then be like completely unhappy with it, and just being like, you know what, I don't like it, I'm just gonna like fuck it all up and redo it, prime and all of that stuff. Man, I've seen artists do that. I think I talked about it one time, where there's this chick, she does like oil paints, and it was like, I would have bought it. You know what I'm saying? And like, she was like, oh, like, no one's bought it yet. I kind of don't like it. And she just threw a fucking like bucket of paint on it. And I was like, no. I was just beside myself. Like, how the fuck can you do that? Like, I just, and to me, people, they're not attached to their work, and I don't agree with that. I think any artist, like, I think you should be attached to your art, because to me, in my opinion, if you're not attached to it, you're clearly doing it for the recognition and the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't have, like, you really don't have direction. And a lot of people would be calling that like, oh, that's freedom, that just means that you're free. No, fuck that. Like, that's your representation, like that's your skill. And when you go in and be like, oh, I don't like how it looks, or it's not getting a lot of likes, it didn't sell, and you're basing your decision off of those things that's making you be like, I don't like it. And it's just like, yeah, what's really going on? Because man, that painting was fire, man. Like, I don't think I could have done anything like that to just throw paint on it, like. But, I mean, if you've been doing it for years, it's not a big deal. But, like, it's just like, oh, my God. Like, what was wrong? Like, were you just out of canvases? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you could have just set that aside. You could have had, like, some kind of sale going on, or, like put it in a spotlight where somebody could have reached out and like, oh, I love that painting. I'll take it off your hands for this much. But, I don't see myself doing it. I don't want to do that, because it's almost like trying to erase like who you are. Like, you're trying to erase that point in your life or something. Unless that painting came from like a negative space, you don't really want to put that out into the world, and put that energy that you put during that time, that negative time in your life, into a painting. It's almost like you're selling that negativity, and that energy is gonna, you're giving that negative energy to somebody else. That's just what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Because paintings, they're supposed to represent something. It's supposed to have a story. At least that's what I think. But I don't want to be doing that to my own works. Like, I really don't. So I think that's why I'm holding on to these canvases, and it's just like, you know what, you really need to do something with those. And I'm going to. I just don't know where or what. So I have like a massive art block right now. Like, it's just, it's crazy. um that's why for me it is easy, even though I haven't done it, to put the hardware on the canvases. It is easy to varnish, spray varnish everything, and just picking out one base color and then throwing that on. But like after that point, you're just kind of like, okay, I have no idea the direction this is going. And I've been listening to like a lot of artists and podcasters like talk about, the intimidation of a blank canvas. That is definitely what I'm going through right now. But I don't want to believe that that's what's happening to me, and that's that denial part. So I'm extremely in denial right now. So yeah, it's just, and if I really think about it, I'm not gonna have fucking time. I'm not gonna have time to create 4 canvases for this upcoming exhibition that's supposed to be submitted in 5 days. It's just everything else that comes with it. And that's the part that makes me anxious. Even if I were to tell myself right now, like, you know what, like, you're not gonna do it, don't do it, you're stressing yourself out. That's not even including like pictures, that's not even including like editing them, making it as close to how it looks in person in a photograph. Like, that's really hard to do. And then it's you gotta price them. You have to get the dimensions a certain size to submit it. Because that's just what the museum requests. So you have to go by their requests. And it's like, do I really have time to do all that? And the only way I can like maybe do this is if I went smaller. Like, I was looking at like 36 by 36 size canvases, and then I was like, oh, maybe that's too big. And then I'm like, okay, maybe 24 by 24. Now I'm down to like 12 by 12, and that I don't like doing smaller works. I have to tell you guys, I do not like to work small. I just don't. I like things big in my face. Rob, don't say it. Don't say it. Oh my God. He knows what I'm talking about. And I might as well tell you guys. His remark would be, that's what she said. Oh my God. Stop it. Yes, I like things big and in my face. Stop it. But I like to work big. That's what she said. Oh my gosh, I'm ruining my whole episode. Stop. But I like large scale canvases. I like to work, and it just feels good, because I'm a very loud and bold person, and when I work on larger pieces, I just feel so happy. Like, I just do. And I don't think I need to explain or anything, and I'm not. It's just working on a 12 by 12, like, I don't think I feel like it wouldn't move the person either. Art is supposed to be big and loud and expressed, and it needs to be studied. Like that's just how I perceive it. No disrespect to other artists, but at the exhibition that I'm currently being displayed at, there were smaller pieces from other artists, and it just just like a small, I want to say like 8 by 11 size in a frame. It was still hard to look at, you know what I'm saying, because it was too small. And I don't know if it's because I'm just blind, I really wanted a closer look, and I did study it. I did look, and it was interesting. It was made with oil. I like the textures that oil can give in a painting, but it was just kind of like, okay, so it's almost like a small painting like this is not meant for a large space, like in your house. Like if you have like a house that has like high ceilings and like just a lot of floor space, that painting can easily be missed, right? And I understand that people, they just want to collect, like they just want to own a piece, but they can't, they don't have the space for a larger canvas, or maybe they don't have enough funds to purchase a large canvas, and so they want to collect, but they get a smaller piece, just as a part of their collection. Like I understand that part, but like I'm really, really trying to get an understanding and like just get over, like, you know what, you don't always have to paint big, you don't always have to paint large. So do I go with the 12 by 12, or I would go for like a 20 by 20, like 24 or something like that. But I have to go online and search for like a really, really good deal. And I would like to go like a level 3 canvas, so that it has like a good weight to it. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do this exhibit. I'm gonna go check out and see what else there are. And my parents took my vehicle, so it's not like I could go into my car and drive down to Art Supply. So that kind of sucks. I just have to like look and see what's online. It's better when you go there in person and you're just like, oh yeah, like this is the one that I want. So I guess here's a little update on the overdue invoice. They sent me another one. So they sent me 3 invoices in total. 2 of those are overdue. Still, there was no email specifying that, hey, this is the deadline of this invoice. Nothing. But I'm really, they're really pushing their advertising on IG. So that kind of lets me know that they're, like legit or whatever. But I'm still holding on to that. When I went on to Chamber of Commerce, they didn't have such event listed in their events tab. And they do have other events in 2025, but that specific one is not listed. So, I mean, today's Friday, so I'm thinking about maybe giving them a call and asking them, like, is there such event, because they're throwing me invoices. I'm not getting in touch with a person. You know what? I might just call them. They do have a phone number. I'll give them a call. If they don't answer, maybe I'll drop a voicemail, and then I'll probably call Chamber of Commerce. Just things like that. And speaking of those things, I have to make sure that even though this specific event is not until next year in February 2025, I need to make sure that everything's good with all of the things that I use for my business, like PayPal. I have Google Pay. Excuse me. I have Afterpay. Just to make sure that everything's like working correctly, just in case anybody wants to purchase. And I hate to say this, it kind of makes me sad, but next week I have to go pick up my pieces from the Phoenix Center for the Arts exhibition. I have to pick up my 2 canvases and my bookshelf. So I have to pick those up next week. And I never asked them, like, oh, so what happens if somebody like purchases them? Like, like how do we receive, like, do you guys message us, like, as soon as it's sold, or do you guys wait until the end of the exhibition? I never asked those things, but I mean, I guess it's too late to ask because my art's been sitting there for about a month. So yeah, I don't know, but the one where the the event where the invoices are coming from, I actually submitted a one for furniture. So if I do hit up commerce, and if they say like, oh yeah, like, there is such event, we just didn't put it on the website, cool, then I think I would try to hustle a little bit more to collect the funds that they need for me to book my to secure my spot. I need to begin working on some furniture pieces because we're like already mid October, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I submitted furniture pieces in that February event, so I think I need to start making some furniture pieces as well. So I mean, there's a lot to do, which I should be grateful for, but right now talking about it, I'm really trying not to get tired. I'm trying not to get exhausted. Like, I'm really trying to not. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Yeah, am I gonna do the square exhibit? Probably not. And I fucking hate to say that, but it's just, yeah, I'm getting tired thinking about it, so I'm not gonna think about it. So probably not. If I do, you'll hear about it. All right. But that is it that I got for this episode, and I hope you guys got some takeaways as far as work, because you never know what exhibition just might fall from the sky and land in your lap, and you are already prepared. Okay, that's the takeaway. Be prepared. All right, because Audie is not prepared. Another thing too, I'm just gonna say very, very quickly, gather all of your mediums. I mean, Art Supply, they always have deals going on. I would say take those emails and put them into your calendar. Sometimes they have like weekend sales, holiday sales, and some of them come with like barcodes and things, but like put those in your calendar and put the expiration dates of those coupons and sales into your calendar. Because I'm the type of person that looks at my calendar a lot, and so I would say like do that, and like whenever you have the extra funds and you get like a really, really good weekend sale or something, buy your mediums. If you need more gesso, buy more gesso. If you need markers or ink or paint or canvases, just get it. Just purchase those things and like just have them on hand. Just have them on hand. And I think it will motivate you to go out and explore like exhibitions, art galleries and, art events and things like that. And you'll be ready. I failed to do that. And I think I'm going to start doing that now. And I will too let you guys know how that's going. All right. But thank you all so much for pressing play. Don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And I will check you guys in the next Audie's Art Struggles podcast episode.